we OG, oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yeah, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the steel. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On the channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We are live for the Ordinal Hour, and this one is going to be the best one ever. And the reason that is today is because of yesterday. Yesterday was absolutely amazing, guys. If you were sitting there, I think we went live yesterday. Bitcoin was like 80,000. And by like 8-9 o'clock at night, it was like 89,000. It was such an amazing day. I remember I couldn't leave my computer. I kind of just sat here at my desk, just staring at it over and over and over. And it was just, it just feels so good. It feels so good to be back, right? It feels so good to have those bull market vibes again. It feels so good just kind of know that we were right the whole time, right? Even though everyone doubted us. Everyone said, no, you guys are crazy. You guys can use your money different ways. And you guys are gamblers, degenerate gamblers. We're like, no, we know we're right. We know we are in the place to make financial freedom for our families, where our grandkids remember our names, right? We're going to set that up for our families, and we're going to do it through crypto. It's gonna be a lot of us guys who make a lot of money in the next 12 months, and I want you guys to make the most. I really do. And we feel like Bitcoin ordinals and runes and the entire Bitcoin ordinal ecosystem, from Merles to stacks to everything in between, we really feel like that is where you should be. And we're gonna keep grinding. We're gonna keep showing you guys exactly what we're doing. None of this is financial advice. We're not telling you to get into anything. We're just telling you where we think we should put our money, right? So that's one thing you guys have to remember. Just because we do something doesn't mean you have to or even should. It's just fun. It's just an exciting way to make a lot of money. That's crypto. But without further ado, let me bring in my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up,
bro? 89,000 yesterday. What's going on, bro? What's going on?
I'm not sure, but I saw a post that said it touched 90,000. Did it?
I'm not seeing it on the chart. Are you seeing that?
When I was watching it live, it was so close. It was like 89,950, but then it got rejected, and then I left to the gym. But yeah, it's been super exciting to see Bitcoin like this. And when Bitcoin first ran up, some of these alts, specific ones, was running up with it and kind of did their own thing. But now it seems like they're all just kind of amazed by what kind of aggressive run up Bitcoin is having, and they're not really being hyper aggressive on the upside yet. And so I think we still have have a lot to see. Obviously for this bull run we do, but even for Q4, I think we're going to be surprised by some of the alts and Bitcoin ecosystem tokens and assets really go off.
Yeah, I agree. You're right. It hit 89,973. That's the high I'm seeing from my chart. But every chart's kind of different. But yeah, dude. So 90,000. It's insane, dude. We were just at 60. Like it feels
Not
like
long
40
ago.
days ago. Like it's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane, man. Yeah, man. We got a lot of Bitcoin stuff. So this is the biggest single day price increase in Bitcoin's history. It's never had a $10,000 day like it did yesterday. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, I was looking on my timeline, and there was a couple people saying that nation states are really hurrying up, trying to front run the United States, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. It makes sense. I'm happy for them. A lot of people are realizing that, hey, the United States is going to be probably a big innovative country for Bitcoin and crypto in general, right? So they're trying to get ahead of it, and they're going to copy Bukele that came out yesterday and said, "I told you so." That's like goated. That guy is goated, man. Him and Saylor, but I mean, he put his whole nation. He risked it for Bitcoin, and it's working out really well.
Yeah. Good for him, dude. Good for him. And I don't feel bad for the US. We ignored it for 4 years. Even after I think the last cycle it became an instrument for wealth, right? For a lot of people, and the US was ignoring it. The Biden administration ignored it, but lucky for us, we're gonna have a very crypto friendly president, and we have some crypto friendly people that are a senator, right? So Senator Cynthia Loomis says we can pass the strategic Bitcoin reserve bill in the first 100 days of Trump's presidency, and then she says she put forward a bill for the U.S. government to buy 200,000 Bitcoin per year for 5 years, equaling 1 million BTC. So there's estimated like 3 million Bitcoin that are lost. So it looks like they're trying to get like 2% of the circulating supply of Bitcoin. Absolutely insane.
Yeah. And this is something that will probably stick because it's starting to be bipartisan now. As you can
Yeah.
see, the Democrats basically put their hands up and said, we're not going to have a war with crypto anymore. We have bigger issues to focus on. And so this is something that he will put in that I think will stick around. And so that's super bullish for Bitcoin. That's super bullish for us that are in the Bitcoin community, because our ecosystem community, because as you know, the ecosystem, excuse me, is starting to be a strong leverage portfolio for Bitcoin, right? So
Yeah.
I'm excited for this. And you know what? I didn't think about this until just now. There's probably mayors and financial administrations of cities and stuff across the US that are already planning to build up their strategic reserves as well. And they can front run the federal government, right? And I think that would be very smart. So we'll see.
Yeah. If you think about it, so 100 days after Trump's presidency would be January 20th would be day one. So 100 days after that, we're talking February 20th, March 20th, April 20th, sometime in May, right? So potentially, and then 200,000 Bitcoin a year starting in May. I mean, that's absolutely insane. Like they're
That's a
buying our
lot.
bags all the way up. Like, you know what I mean? They'll be buying Bitcoin at 200,000. That's what's going to push us to 700K when the US has to start buying at 200K. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to me, this is going to be so epic, bro. This is going to be absolutely amazing. I just hope that we can get this through, because this would put the US back on top easily.
It could definitely. I just wonder if there's a certain price point where it's like not feasible, right? Obviously, we all know that it's a supply and demand thing with Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
So they have to have strategic ways of doing this, right? And I think they're going to be looking for down periods and pullbacks and stuff, because just buying outright 200,000 Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's at 250,000, 350,000, they have to just make that purchase in the year, and they'll probably have a team that does in-depth research when the best time to buy it would be. I would imagine, at least.
I mean, dude, think about how much money we gave Ukraine. If that money just went into Bitcoin,
yeah.
right? Like they find a way to give the money for wars, right? We can find a way to make our country great. That same exact way. So I don't know. I feel like taking $100 billion and putting it in Bitcoin is nothing to them. It's absolutely nothing.
Well,
Especially when you can just print bonds.
I'm sure there was a lot of back and forth exchange of money that we didn't hear about
Yeah,
with the
100%.
US and other countries. So it's kind of more like a money making scheme almost, probably. I'm just, speculating, right?
But
Because
who's making the money? The U.S. is negative, so who's making the money? That's the question.
somebody's
right?
making it over here.
Yeah,
So
100%. My guy Plan B says buy 6 months before having and sell 18 months after having. And it has this chart. It says stock to flow model says Bitcoin having increased scarcity and thus value. A simple trading rule to test if Bitcoin indeed pumps around halvings is buy 6 months before. So if you would have bought 6 months before having, that would have been November of last year. Bitcoin was like 30,000. And then sell 18 months after having. So right now we're about 6 months after having now. So add another 12 months to where we are right now, leads us right into November of next year. And he says this is a simple rule and outperforms buy and hold. So if you buy 6 months before, sell 18 months after, Plan B saying you made the most money.
yeah, and that's pretty much what I said yesterday, I think, and where I said, you got to get out in the winter of 2025. And that kind of aligns it. It's right before, it's November, right?
Yeah.
November, December. I would say that's probably, around the time I was thinking. So it makes sense though. He hit the timeline perfectly, buying like when everything's like crickets. No one's really talking too much unless you're super into it like us, where we had our show every day still, but and then a small group of percentage of the population's paying attention to it. Those are the people that are going to win. So you guys, 162 of y'all watching live right now, if you've been watching us for the past year and a half, you're going to win.
100%. We're a bunch of winners. We're around a bunch of winners right now, guys. BlackRock spot beat a Bitcoin ETF, did over $1 billion in trading volume today between 9:30 and 10 a.m. Like, what the hell's going on?
We talked about this just increasing because we would always bring that. We pretty much talk about this all the time, right? How much did BlackRock's ETF buy yesterday?
Yeah.
How much did it buy 2 days ago? And, I remember us saying, hey, look, this number is going to increase dramatically. And so it's already starting right now. I mean, we're talking about within 30 minutes. So that's not a lot of time with a lot of buy pressure.
Yeah, man, absolutely insane. Was people selling? It looks like some people were selling into that a little bit, so it's hard to say. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We will find out later today, I'm sure. So I think we hit 88, 89,000 tomorrow again. I think maybe today's our pullback day, and then we get back on that ship, and then I think we get to about 99,000 by the end of the week, and then maybe have a pullback going into the weekend. But we'll see.
99,000 by the end of this week. That would be interesting. Because what I'm looking at right now is I'm looking at these Bitcoin ecosystem assets as well as the alt market. And they, like I said, they had energy with Bitcoin a couple days ago. I want to say like 4 days ago, 3 days ago. But then once Bitcoin kind of just went off on its own and said, you know what, I'm leaving y'all behind. That's exactly what happened. Solana got all the way to 221 or something like that, and then came all the way back down to 209. So I feel like a lot of the alt coins and then even the Bitcoin ecosystem coins are kind of pressing pause, hitting the brakes a little bit, saying, all right, how far is Bitcoin going to go on this run? And let's let it calm down a little bit. And it seems like it has, probably the second half of yesterday, and then I would say way late yesterday and early today. So we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see, 100%. But Bitcoin surpassed silver yesterday, and not gold yet, but silver yesterday, to become the 8th largest asset in the world. I mean, wow, it's pretty massive. Silver's, has been something that's been around forever, and there's ETFs, there's silver mines, there's just a lot of silver, but Bitcoin passed it. So.
Yeah, silver's looked at as like the second most popular precious metal, right, in terms of like volume and stuff. So that's a big accomplishment. Obviously, Bitcoin has gold in its targets, and I think that's the one that's going to look for to surpass. Now, probably gonna have to wait till next cycle for that to happen, though.
Yeah, I mean, gold right now is about 13 trillion. Bitcoin right now is about 1.7 trillion. So we would need to do a 10x because gold's going to rise as well. So it's one of those things where 10x from right now would put Bitcoin at $800,000 and give it a $17 trillion market cap, which is pretty insane. I don't think that happens this cycle.
No, not this cycle.
I do see getting close to that though.
Yeah, we'll see. Possibly. I mean, a lot of things are starting to line up with that $700,000 Bitcoin, which I still would be amazed to see it. I think that would just be like
happening, dude.
crazy to see, right? 700,000 for one Bitcoin. But like I said, the super cycle looks like it's in play, and a lot of people like the stock to flow models looking good. So we shall see if we get there. If we do, guys, make sure you cash out some profits.
I mean, it really depends on where we start. Like, if we get to 150K by January, 200K by March, I mean, what's stopping us to go another 600K? From there, right? Like, just because you've seen what happened once we got past to like last time when we got past 20, 30,000, and it immediately went to 70, like within like 5 months. I think it was May, right? So
Yeah.
you see how fast it moves so quickly, and especially if Trump comes out and says, "Yeah, we're going to buy 200,000 Bitcoin this year," I mean, what happens to the price?
I mean, it's recently it definitely looks like the floodgates have been opened up, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen this type of aggression from Bitcoin. I don't think ever really on, like you said, it was the first time it's done over 10,000 in one day, right?
Yeah.
And $10,000 increase. So it's absolutely nuts yesterday.
El Salvador now owns over $500 million worth of Bitcoin. This is awesome for them because when Nayib Bukele took over, I mean, they barely had $100 million worth of cash, right? To now have over 500 million, I think he's just done an amazing job with this small country. You know what I mean? Like, I wish he was in control of a bigger country because I feel like he can make a lot of changes. Like, I feel like the new ideas party that he's a part of is absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. So congratulations, anyone from El Salvador.
I was gonna say, obviously, it's harder once you scale up, though. There's a
Yeah.
lot more to cover. That's why a lot of times people that say universal healthcare is so good and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you compare universal healthcare to from the Scandinavian countries like Norway, Finland, and stuff like that to Canada, which is way bigger, and you have to cover. It's way worse in Canada because you have to wait in so many lines and stuff. So I think he's done an amazing job. And I wouldn't doubt him at all because I'll tell you what, like he's cleaned that country up and it was at the bottom in terms of like murder rates and stuff like that. So
GDP,
yeah, that's not one guy I would doubt because he has that it factor. That's for sure.
He does for sure. Nasdaq listed Chinese microchip company Nano Labs now accepts Bitcoin as payment. So I this is China, bro. This isn't like this is outlawed 4 years ago. Like they couldn't do this, and now they are. And this to me, we're gonna see this at least once a week going forward. In my opinion, we're gonna see a new company coming out and say, we'll take Bitcoin, and what we'll do with that Bitcoin is we'll put it in our reserve, and so we don't have to buy it. We just take it as payment, and then just whatever we receive, we keep. And I think we're going to see more and more companies doing that. It's kind of an easy way to say, because you don't need your shareholders to comment on that because you're just taking in payment, right? What you do with it is your choice. You can sell it or you can keep it. So, but I think a lot of them will end up keeping it.
I would think that the board would have to approve this just because, it's not, there is a risk factor to it, even though like from us, we don't believe so. The people that study it and research it, obviously everybody's starting to adopt from a large corporation to nation states, but the everyday person is still not yet. But that will come, I believe. So I would think the board would need to approve this, but it looks like they're approving it, so I think we'll see more approvals of stuff like this. And I agree. And it's a way to not try to FOMO as a company, but also like, catch up through payments. Right.
Yeah.
So I think that this is really smart.
Yeah. To take it as payment, I don't think the board really needs to say anything because it's kind of just like, but to keep it, to not sell it right away. I think that you're right. I think the board would have to come in, especially with a larger company, and give the nod to that. But taking in payment, that's like saying, hey, we're going to take pesos now. We're going to take, but we're going to immediately convert it to USD or whatever, So
Yeah, but even pesos, like I would think the board would have to approve something like that, just because,
not
like
if you're selling it in the USD right away.
I agree to disagree on that, but who knows? Like, I don't know. I'm just saying from logic, I would think that when it comes to money, anything monetary value wise that they're going to accept, that the board would have to approve on that. But we'll see.
That's why you have a CEO, right? The CEO makes those decisions.
Yeah,
right?
But CEO can be,
you can be fired. You can be fired.
Exactly.
100%.
And so, but.
Bitcoin and crypto app Coinbase is now App Store 20. It's the 21st most popular app. So there's a thing that people say when Coinbase gets to #1 app, sell everything. It's normally how it goes. Last November, November 2021, Coinbase was the #1 app for the entire month, and that was the perfect time to sell. So people are kind of using this as a way of saying, okay, it's time to sell. Retail is here. Retail is buying. So I'm curious, when do you think Coinbase gets to number one? Because I do think they do get there.
I think they get to number one in Q4 of next year.
Yeah.
They could get to like top 5 in spring of next
Yeah.
year. Like I said, there's 2 seasons that are typically good for crypto.
Yeah.
And it's the spring and the fall/winter, especially in the bull market, right? Even looking back at 2020, that's exactly what happened. Obviously, 2021 was manipulated, right? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think 2025, we're gonna see a lot of excitement early in spring, then have a little chill downtime in the summer, but good fun downtime. Go to the Bitcoin conference in Las Vegas. I expect to see every one of you guys there. No, I'm just kidding, but it's gonna be fun. And then really the main event. I'm calling 2025 the big dance. Well, Q4 of 2025 is the main event, and I think that's whenever Coinbase's app is number one.
I think the main event is Q1 of 2026. I think we get an extended version of this, in my opinion, and that might no one don't trust me. It's just what I'm thinking. I'm not getting fully out. Like I'm staying in Bitcoin for sure. I just think we get an extended super cycle, and that could last the summer of 2026, in my opinion. But it's just my opinion. And there's the last thing here. $222 million worth of Bitcoin shorts liquidated in 24 hours. This is one of the biggest liquidations in a long time. This is pretty insane for a buying liquidation anyway for shorters, because shorters get wrecked, and they've gotten wrecked pretty hard, especially in 24 hours. So
yeah, in a bull market, they definitely get wrecked, right? But it's always, when is that going to kick off? And we saw it, 4 days ago when it did, and they got wrecked, right? But I'm a little bit curious as if longs can get wrecked in this run up too. I think some probably have recently, maybe because Bitcoin did pull back about $3,000, $4,000. But will there be like an aggressive pullback? I'm curious, because market makers still, they want to hit all the stop losses. They want to make as much money from the public as possible, the greedy people. But I don't think we're going to see anything like August. But I wouldn't be too shocked if we saw, trying to knock on the door of like 81 to 83,000, and then bounce back up quickly though, but we'll see.
I agree. All right, let's kind of get into the Bitcoin fear and greed. So last week was a 70, yesterday was a 76. Where do you think we are today?
Oh man, today I would say we're at like 79.
Dude, I'll give you it. You're dead on 80. But
I didn't want to
80s.
break into 80 yet, but
Yeah, we're here. I think I think you're right. Tomorrow is probably gonna be a 79, 78. But today, I mean, we're on an 80. Yesterday was so bullish, right? I mean, it's hard not to. But still, dude, with it going to 90K yesterday, I'm surprised we're not in the 90s, right? Like, it's just hard to say. I don't know. There's just a lot of room to run still.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, Bitcoin is hyper aggressive right now, but then the fear and greed meter's not like going absolutely nuts, right?
Yeah.
It is a little bit weird. I'll say that.
All right. Let's get into the Bitcoin price action brought to you by the great guys at BitPerp. BitPerp is going to be one of the leading leverage trading platforms in all of the Bitcoin ecosystem. You're going to be able to do everything on there, every single coin possibly. It's going to be fun. You're going to do Mr. Yen. We were surprised Mr. Yen was on Ordinal on CoinGecko.
Yeah.
But it is. You can kind of see the price of it, and you're going to be able to trade that and leverage and a whole bunch of other stuff. $1 billion cat, dog, all through the Bitcoin ecosystem. So shout out to BitPerp, man. They're really their site looks amazing, and right now there's a 2-week. Well, now it's like 4-week trading, paper trading contest where, if you're making some trades, you're potentially going to get an airdrop from that too. So definitely check out bitperp.io and start paper trading today.
Yep. All right. Before we get into the Bitcoin price action, if you guys are on the YouTube side, please smash that like for us. Helps us out a ton. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and turn your notifications on so you know when we go live. On the X side, hit that like for us as well, and share this space so we can educate and onboard as many people to the Bitcoin ecosystem as possible. All right, guys, we're going to get into the Bitcoin price action brought to you guys by BitPerp. let's take a look here on the hour chart. You can see that the MACD is starting to weaken here a little bit for the sell pressure. So we have been selling down, since we got to that magnificent $89,979 mark here, and it's been a steady sell down here, but back and forth a little bit, but we're back down now to 85, around 86,200, right? So the good sign is it looks like the sell pressure is starting to weaken, but we still need for the stochastic RSI to kind of bounce up, kind of starting to head out of oversold territory, because we've been in oversold since the 6 a.m. this morning. I don't know how much longer we're going to hang out here. So I wouldn't be too sure that we're going to have a quick turnaround for the second half of today. I could see something, 85.5 swinging to like 87K. Now, I think the swings are going to be a little bit more aggressive because Bitcoin has been more aggressive. So, I would typically do like $1,000 swing, but, I would be okay thinking, 85.5 to 75.5, really, with how, volatile Bitcoin has been, really to the upside for the most part, right? So but it's definitely a little bit, I would say, dangerous to take along right now, just in this specific moment, if you're going to be using high leverage. So what I want to do is kind of see if Bitcoin's going to hang out for a little bit, because I want to see some of these other coins, these alt markets and Bitcoin ecosystem tokens, start to be a little bit hyper aggressive themselves, right? So if Bitcoin does continue this trajectory up, I just want it to be aggressive right away, because then we can kind of knock that out, right? Like, let's see where it's going to go and then start to hover and be a little bit stagnant. But I don't think that's going to happen. We got that the past like 2-3 days, right? So I expect kind of a range between 85.5, 75, 87.5, back and forth, and letting the alt market kind of catch up a little bit. And we'll see if that happens. But so second half of today, like I said, kind of ranging back and forth, 85.5, 87.5 for the second half of today. Let's look at the 8-hour chart. Sorry, that's the 1 hour on the trading view, but the 8-hour chart here on the BetPerp charts, you can see still looking pretty good, right? So if we're ranging back and forth for the next couple of days, that's okay, because the 8-hour, which gives us like a week and a half forecast, is looking pretty strong still. You can see the MACD looks pretty good here. We have been in overbought for quite a while, so there might be, depending on the shorter time frames, a little bit of a turnaround. But as of right now, this is not telling us that's going to happen. This is telling us, higher up. So maybe something like what you were saying, Shizzy, about getting to like 90,000. I think you said 99 by the end of Friday. I don't think we're going to do that. I think that maybe comes next week or like the first week of December. But 90,000 possibly.
There's momentum, man. There's momentum. I think, we can go touch 100 before we get a 20% pullback,
Yep. And then taking a look here back on the hour chart, let's kind of look at the support and resistance that we're seeing here. So let's look at this level here. And this is data that's going back to yesterday, 5 a.m. yesterday. So all the buys and sells from 5 a.m. up to 5 a.m. yesterday. And you can see that this area that we're at right now, 86,600, there's definitely a more resistance than support by about 100 transactions, right? So on the sell side. But that's not too much. I feel like that's something that people can push through, or like, the positive price action can push through 100 transactions. But then you jump up here and it's 200. So it increases a bit, right? So this area right here, it's definitely stronger on the resistance side than the support until we get to 87.5. And then there's whenever the support kind of picks back up. So if we can truck back through this area and get to 87.5, then I think we have a little bit more strength to kind of continue on and maybe try to get to that 88,000 mark, but then we can see another resistance point here. So it's like resistance, some decent support, and then resistance at 88K. So we'll see. That's why I'm kind of, I think back and forth is what we're going to see probably for today, maybe even tomorrow.
Yeah, man. All right. Let's kind of get into the roll call here. Let's see who is here. First is first in the show means a lot. And it looks like Green Man, he is back with his membership. Shout out to Green Man. And guys, the members, you're going to be getting something really cool soon. So if you are a member, hang on to the membership, especially going into December. So definitely do it. But he is first. He's higher. Let's have him go. I know there was other ones. Guys, YouTube does delete them. I apologize for that. I don't know why they do it, but they do it. But Green Man, you are official. number 1 today. Shout out to you. Chief Axel in number 2 spot. Shout out to Chief Axel. Choda Satoshi by the dip. That's our guy. Ordinal Tweets is here. Mempool Punk, and then the other twin Ordinals Chips. Me and Yagobi are starting to think you guys are the same person. Because Shizzy and Great Peak and Shizzy and I don't really know. It does seem like you guys might be the same person. But thank you so much for being the same account. We're different accounts. Who knows? Yasher is here. That's our mod. Appreciate you. He says, buy Lucky and buy JKC. I never heard of JKC.
Yeah. Lucky, I heard got to $2, dude. So yeah. I don't know.
Well, I'm curious what the supply is.
I'm not sure, but it's definitely trying to make some noise because Bell seems to get most of the attention with those, I guess, revived chains and coins.
Yeah. Almost done 71. He says green. Patrick Nand is here. GM ready for the alpha. Rick G is here. He says long live Tap Tuesdays. Whoa, Rick G. We got some news for you, bud. We are no longer doing Tap Tuesday. We have discontinued it. We just feel like we've exhausted the builders a little bit. The updates weren't just coming in. It was just it felt like almost the same show every Tuesday, and we're gonna spice things up a little bit. It doesn't mean we won't still talk to the Tap builders. We're gonna have them on the show for pre-records and stuff like that. So we're definitely still liking Tap. We just feel like we're gonna pivot to show you guys something you guys haven't seen, and we're in talks with another couple builders, and we're gonna see ecosystems. And we're gonna kind of see who takes that spot. But we want to showcase. We want to bring you guys the next big thing, right? And we feel like if you've watched the last 4 months of Tap Tuesday, you guys know what's big and what's not, and you guys can make your own decisions on that. But we want to keep giving you guys different opportunities, and we're gonna try to find them for you guys. It's all about you guys, for real.
Yep. Also, getting the main developer or founder is a big help. That's why I think Merlin Mondays does really well, is because the founder gives us the updates directly to you guys. So that's what we're gonna shoot for this next one, and so stay tuned, guys.
Yeah, and the Block Runner, they're basically a Tap show, right? So we feel that too. It's kind of like, why are we also doing a Tap show? I feel like we want to space it out and give everyone the same opportunity. Go watch the Block Runner. They have amazing tap stuff, but it's like 100% Tap over there. So we want to kind of pivot away from that and kind of give everyone equal opportunities in the space. So. Steamy J is here. He says, yo. Joko is here. He says, Tap Tuesday changed to Arch Tuesday. So you're obviously a member. So you heard from us on Sunday.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We're still in talks with a couple of different builders, so we'll let you guys know. Lucky Lukey is here. He says, let's go with the Billy Cat. Billy Cats flew up yesterday. They got over to 0.002 for very, very bullish on the Billy Cats. Shout out to Lucky Lukey. Nighthawk UXL is here. D Love. GM no is here. GM to all. Glasshopper is here. Shout out to Glasshopper. And Nagi, man, every single day. Let's go. You guys are, I feel like this is cheers, and you guys we always know your name. Shout out to you guys. Tim Baker's here. Danny Boy, one of our mods. Tim Baker's also one of our mods. Yeah, joke didn't land very well.
No, I love that. I love that show, bro. I literally, when it was on Netflix, the whole catalog, I watched it from like episode 1 to the end.
Really?
Yeah, wow, it's like, I'm old, I guess, because that was like I wasn't like watching that whenever it first came out, obviously, but I like it. But anyways,
yeah, definitely showing your age with that one. No, I'm just kidding. Ant-Man is here. The Striper
fish.
Oops, sorry.
Angler.
Hitting another all-time high, 12 PST. Stay tuned. Shout out to you, my friend. He said we're at 12 PST, which is 3 hours. 4 hours from right now. He's saying we're gonna hit all-time high. So I'm counting on you. I'm gonna take that long. Patty Poo is here. Neo Meester. He says the Mexi BTC chart shows 90,031. So yeah, you are right, Yagobi. We did hit 90,000 on some charts. So shout out to 90K. Patty Poo, our Bitcoin machine himself. He says, is it cheaper to buy Sats on Unisat Marketplace or just use Pizza Swap BTC? You're gonna have to figure that out, buddy. The best way to do is go on Pizza Swap, put up $1, and then see how much
arbitrage. Just try to arbitrage it by doing the math.
Yep. Kai Effect is here. Patty Poo again. Sixes is here. David from Twitch. Oh, he says, I admire your streaming skills and would love to connect.
Sounds like a bot.
Friend. Does sound like a bot, but thank you, Twitch, man. We got someone watching
We
on
don't
Twitch.
like your kind around here. Them bots.
Now, Skeeter, he ain't hurting nobody.
Mhm.
But well, Bitcoin will go up forever. So I do not think there is any time that's going to be risky to hold Bitcoin. I love Yasher, man. That's our guy. Mr. Sheedy says, have a great day, fam. Shout out to you,
You
Mr.
have a
Sheedy.
great
I hope you
day.
have an amazing day, my friend. Barat says, your first time making roll call. He says, it's down to 86. Yes, it is, but that is fine. Mike Bennett says, how much should I send minimum to open bet? You can do $5, dude. It doesn't matter.
As long as it makes sense for the gas or the fees.
Yeah.
So just do that in your head, right? Like,
because it is 0.0002 to send. So whenever I do it, my personal thing, I don't really send anything less than 100, but I might be in a different predicament.
I think
you are,
$30 would still work if like you deduct that $5 or whatever the fee is, and you could have $25 to play around with or whatever. So.
But the trick is, dude, just make 50 $1 bets, and it'll put you in the top 10. So I Walk Alone is here, Matt's is here, and yeah, you're spending $50, but you might get a lot of that back when your wins. But at the same time, you're going to get a nice airdrop. So the U-Man Crypto says, sup, thoughts on pups, dog, and puppets as beta plays. Yes, we're going to get into that, man. I promise you. That's our next biggest topic. Mike's World, is PSYOP on Twitter the correct one? I asked, you didn't receive a response.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure it's not a scam.
Well, so I couldn't tell if that was the actual PSYOP, but I'll check. I did see your question there. I just need to confirm with Francis if that is the real one or not. Or there are fake ones, by the way. So just be careful, guys. Don't click on any links or anything like that. But I'll try to follow up with you on that, Mike. Huh?
PSYOP Cat.
PSYOP Cat. Like there's a
just go to Francis. Like just go to Francis Dune and then just go down. I'm sure he tweeted it like 90 times. So
that's true. He definitely did probably retweet something from there.
Mr. Sheedy, he says, freaking awaiting on Coinbase card, lost my membership, have to renew it when it shows up.
Don't worry, bud.
And then Superfan says, sliding in with the GM. Superfan, dude, we want to have you on for a full show, man. Can't wait to really show the world what you're building, man. And definitely going to miss you on Tuesdays. I really appreciate you putting in the work every single Tuesday. Well, a lot of the Tuesdays the last 4 months, man. Appreciate you. Then Mogar the Great finishing out with a welcome to Genesis mode. Shout out to every single one of you guys, man. I appreciate.
I think it's so genius mode.
Genius mode. Okay.
Yeah, welcome to Genius mode, which is the Apple Bar help. I guess that's us. I don't know if we're talking about that, but we'll see.
All right, let's go. And Mike's roll up. Thanks. No problem, Mike. But yeah, that's the roll call. Appreciate every single one of you guys making a roll call every single day. But let's kind of get into our topic for today. Taking a nope, that's not it. Bitcoin next stop higher. Best BTC leverage plays.
Yep. I posted about this on my X 2 days ago, and I said people used to search for single Bitcoin leverage plays because there wasn't a ton, and they would find stacks and maybe some NFTs, Bitcoin NFTs, the old school ones like Rare Pepes or something like that. But now there's a whole ecosystem, right? So you can have a portfolio of Bitcoin leverage plays. So we just wanted to kind of hit on that part.
Yeah, man. So how do you want to do this?
So we were talking actually about this whenever we thought of the title of the show, and there's some assets that are a little bit more on the risk curve than other. Obviously, these are all going to be higher risk than Bitcoin itself. Everything in crypto is, but even some of these will be a little bit higher risk than even some of the alts that like have established themselves. So you have to remember, this is a new emerging ecosystem. So with opportunity comes a little bit more risk and vice versa. There are some plays that I believe are lower risk though in here, but I kind of want to start off with this list that I've created, and we'll go down and let's start with the ones that I think are a little bit more have foundation, and then you can kind of give me your feedback on that. Yep. We'll also give us your thoughts too, guys, in the chat. So what I started off with was, Bitcoin leverage plays that have their own chain, that have some sort of community of builders, right? So I started off with by the way, this is Bitcoin /UTXO because I feel like this is a UTXO renaissance as well. So Merle was obviously going to be one of the first ones, just because we are heavily involved in terms of research and stuff like that. So that's the first one. I'll do them by three. The second one was Stacks, and the third one was FB. I feel like those are the three main chains right now in the Bitcoin ecosystem that represent something a little bit different in terms of technology too. Stacks is not UTXO, it's not EVM, it's its own thing. You have FB, that's the UTXO side, and then you have Merle, which is Merlin chain, which is the EVM side. What do you think about those three? And let's start with FB.
Yeah, FB is without a doubt the riskiest of the risk there. There's nothing more riskier than that right now because it's new. It's new. It's being merge mined. The tokens are being dumped daily. Your price has been down only. This is something that's going to do really well later, but you can make a lot of money by getting into things now, right? So it's, in my opinion, this is a 30x leverage play on Bitcoin.
Gotcha. Yeah. So a lot of people are ignoring it right now because it has dumped a bit, right? And there's a lot of people are saying miners have dumped and all that stuff. You have to remember where we are in the cycle from a miner's perspective too, guys. Like, miners want Bitcoin right now. That's all they want, because that's the most secure thing that will go up. Everything else, has a good solid chance at going up if it's, stable at least, or has some sort of strong team behind it. But nothing is more stable or consistent in terms of going up than Bitcoin for this bull run. So a lot of times when these merge miners, what they're doing is they're earning FB or bells possibly as well, and then they're converting that into Bitcoin, and that's the smart thing to do. There will be a time once Bitcoin loses a little bit of dominance over the alt market, and then the alts will run, and I think that's when they slow down the sell pressure. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. We need Bitcoin to hit like 100K, and then once it does, I feel like that's recognition for everything. And once that happens, the leverage plays are where you're going to be. And like I said, I think FB does run, but I think it does take time.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna take a look at FB real quick on Coin Market Cap, because I want to see what you are speculating. Oh my gosh, it's at $4.44 right now.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't touch that. Like, there's just too much sell pressure.
Okay.
But
so
there's ecosystem plays, right? So when I talk about Fractal, I don't talk about the actual FB token. I'm kind of thinking on the lines of Cat and Glizzy and the top meme and the top utility play from the ecosystem. And I don't think the top utility play right now is FB, because it's just down only.
Yeah, it's down only, but I think that explanation that we just gave is the reason why, right? And so merge mining became a big deal. They actually really emphasized on the marketing of merge mining, right? Because they wanted miners to participate and talk about it and stuff. I think it was smart at the time. And right now we're going through this sell pressure part. But I think that, people also need to look at this and remember, although BNB is totally different type of technology chain, you don't have miners that are selling that down. They also did have investors though, right? So FB does have investors too. But I think that keep an eye on this is my approach. Keep an eye on FB. If it continually goes down, I think that's more opportunity, right? Because we saw what BNB did the first real bull cycle. It did launch in 2017, but it launched kind of towards the tail end. It got a little bit of love, but it got its first real love in the next cycle. So I wonder how this plays out. If it plays out like that, and it's going to be like the next cycle is the big run. And maybe that's why Merlin does better, because it launched in February. It gave itself enough time, but we'll see. I think FB is interesting. I think it's cheap enough to be very interesting, but yeah, I agree with you. The risk curve is pretty decently high on this.
Yeah, you can lose a lot. Let's just say you take Bitcoin and you put Bitcoin in FB, hoping that it gets that, a $4 pop, $5 pop or something. You could potentially go down to 250 before you get that $5 pop, right? And then that $5 pop becomes a $2 pop for you. But still, I definitely do think if you DCA into it slowly, very slowly, you could probably make money on this.
So to me, like you said, okay, there's leverage plays on Fractal, right? Like Glizzy, but like, doesn't FB have to be strong for a leverage play to do well? Like, that's the whole reason we're talking about this, is like you're not gonna be able to get into Bitcoin because Bitcoin's so aggressively going up and so expensive at this point. So we're looking for leverage plays. But if Fractal's FB which is its gas token, isn't doing well, how can something like Glizzy do well? That I think Fractal. Actually, I'm a little bit more bullish, I think, on FB than you, but I'm just asking you from your opinion.
So that's the thing, right? So like if you're DCAing into something, hoping for a pop later, like I am, right? Like I'm not done buying Glizzy. I'm continuously buying it, and I'm actually looking for lower lows, because of that fact. So like I said, like it will. I guess the right way of putting this, it will be a leverage play on Bitcoin. But right now they're kind of going Bitcoin and everything else, right? Like Bitcoin's outperforming everything. So it's like right now, I don't think it is, but I think it will be one of the biggest leverage plays eventually down the line.
Okay.
If you're hoping for profits this month, it's not a leverage play. If you're hoping for profits next year, this could be, a 100x against Bitcoin.
Fair enough. All right, let's move on to the next one here. Stacks. So Stacks is an OG Bitcoin leverage play. It truly is. People literally got into this as a leverage play last cycle. So let's take a look here. The one thing is that the chain itself doesn't have consistent amounts of volume, but the token or the coin itself has a FDV of 3.63 billion, a live market cap at right at 3 billion, and it's sitting at $2. So to me, I'm like looking at this, I'm like, the opportunity isn't really that big at 3 billion, and the volume isn't like overly aggressive. What's the upside here?
Stacks,
Cult.
it's kind of like, so it's it's
built as a builder cult culture, I feel like.
Yeah, I just don't see it. Yeah, I just don't see, like, I don't know. But so Stacks is on Binance, Stacks is on Coinbase, Stacks is everywhere. When people want to take more leverage on Bitcoin, they go to Stacks, and Stacks pretty much follows Bitcoin. I'm sure Stacks had a good day yesterday, right? I haven't looked at it, but
yeah, it did. Had a really good day.
Exactly. So I'm sure it's up. Bitcoin's up 21%. I'm sure Stacks is what, 44% over the last 24 hours.
I don't know. It got to $22.28. So it's at, you're right. It's following Bitcoin. It's down since Bitcoin's been down.
It's following Bitcoin to a T right now. And I thought so. To answer your question, I don't think Fractal is a leverage play on Bitcoin today. I do think Stacks is. I think Stacks is definitely very correlated to Bitcoin. But if Bitcoin goes up 5%, Stacks goes up 15%. Bitcoin goes up 20%, Stacks goes up 40%.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big advantages it has right now is this right here and this right here. So being listed on Binance and Coinbase is just such a strong thing to have on your side, right? Like the two largest, most that show the most strength in terms of centralized exchanges. It's and the hardest to get on. It's listed on. So I agree with you in that aspect. Unless they delist it, which they're not, because Stacks in itself, they're continuously building, even though they don't necessarily deliver all the time or what they said they're going to do, but they're building and they're always in the conversation. That's one good thing about them, is that they're always in some sort of conversation and they have loyalty. That's why I say they're like a cult brand. Like Xverse is loyal to Stacks to a T.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though they're getting 95% of their business from the Bitcoin ordinal ecosystem, or even layer 2s now, with being able to utilize Xverse on, like, I think you can use it on Merlin, you can use it on ICP, you can use it on different things, but they're still loyal to it. And I see that kind of attitude with builders and Stacks. I don't know, maybe you don't see it as much as me, but I see it.
It comes as the first thing, right? People are just loyal to the first one, and Stacks will always be looked at as the first side chain or the first L2, and with that comes like notoriety, right? You get that stamp of approval from Coinbase with Binance, right? Yeah, I'm sure Brian Armstrong loves it because Brian Armstrong was a maxi for a while, right? So having this DeFi on the layer 2, and now with the Nakamoto upgrade, you can actually use it. It's actually usable now. I don't think it was usable before, but for my opinion anyway. But so I'm bullish on Stacks for the fact that it is a high leverage play on Bitcoin.
Yeah, from what I heard, the Nakamoto upgrade is live now. Sometimes it does get congested, from what I heard, but it does move really fast. Let's see if their volume has changed though. Let's look at 24-hour volume on the chain. Yeah, you can see. Wow, that's interesting. So you see Core and Bob, and then Stacks. is right here at 38,000. So, I mean, it looks like it's picking up a little bit. But yeah, so, that's the one big thing people were waiting on was the Nakamoto upgrade. So we'll see how that goes. I do think that them having a unique technology is pretty cool too. They don't fit in the UTXO box. They don't fit in the EVM box. So they kind of have their own thing. But would you get into stacks? Would you look at it as like something you would put in your portfolio?
Too big of a market cap for me. The market cap is what? I want to say it's in the billions, right? 1 point something.
It's 3
billion?
billion.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely think that it's just too big of a play for me.
A larger portfolio maybe though, because I think it's pretty safe for the most part.
It's a safe bet, but I'm not here for safe bets, right? I'm here to get a little risky, get a little fun in my life. So
all right. Let's move along here because we got a lot more to go. And then so let's move on to Merlin here. So Merlin, obviously, we are bullish on them. They launched in February. They are a Bitcoin layer 2 in that marketing bucket, but they are from a tech wise, they are considered more of a side chain. They had a crazy, 2 days ago, they got all the way to 47 cents. But, how do you feel about Merlin Chain's token?
yeah, I did definitely think this is a leverage play on Bitcoin. You saw it the other day when Bitcoin was flying up. It went up like 30-40% in one shot, right? Let's just say like you took a long on Merlin for whatever reason, that the day as Bitcoin was rising, you made way more, right? So I definitely think Merlin Chain and Stacks are real leverage plays on Bitcoin. Let's just say if Fractal is like a 30-50x, Stacks is like a 15x, and I think Merlin's probably in between that, like a 25x, right? 20x. So you're probably gonna make more off Merlin, you will Stacks. Stacks is obviously safer, but I'm very bullish on Merlin.
Yeah, and so they're right at 191 million market cap. So a 10x would be 2 billion, 20x 4 billion. So definitely could happen or go even higher for the bull market. You can see they're listed on OKX. So their next goals are probably to try to breach Binance and Coinbase and get listed on there. So we shall see. Definitely, they're doing the one thing I like about Jeff and Merlin Chain is they're always looking for new ideas to onboard the masses, right? So I'm excited to see these Telegram mini apps and see what kind of effect that has on Merlin Chain's volume as well as the token as well. So none of this, guys, obviously is financial advice. We just want to go over what we feel like those probably are the 3 safest leverage plays in terms of chains and stuff like that. Next is Bells. It's more of a UTXO play, but how do you feel about that one?
Yeah, I'm very bullish on Bells. Like it's hard. Like this leverage play stuff is hard because it's like I think everything goes up. I just think that this, they're not going to follow Bitcoin to a T. They're going to wait for Bitcoin to kind of cool off, and that's when they're going to rise, right? So calling Merlin Stacks leverage plays, 100% agree with that. Calling like FB and Bells and stuff, I think they run up kind of with Ethereum. I think they're more and kind of with like maybe after the Ethereum, maybe like with the Polkadot and stuff like that eventually, when they start to cool off. Because everyone knows if you've been around cycles for a while, if Bitcoin moves first, then Ethereum, then the large caps, then the small caps, and the micro caps, right? So I would consider Bells probably running with the small caps.
Yep. Yeah, I'm bullish on Bells. Obviously, we have a good relationship with the new kind of, I don't know what to call Adam McBride. What would you call him? Like kind
Community
of
member, head community member,
head of the community of Bells, I would say. We have Bells Corner, which is a segment that we try to do every 2 weeks. Obviously, it's not every 2 weeks, but we try to hit that. But life happens sometimes. But I think we have an episode scheduled coming up, and man, he has so much experience with management, with Emblem Vault, and all these things happening, and so he really helped that chain kind of revive, get the core devs together, get it uncongested, and now it's operating where there's builders and stuff. So I'm bullish on it, but we'll see. It didn't move initially with Bitcoin. It's stuck at like $1.23 after the epoch. So it cut the supply. There is one more epoch in February, but that's the very last one. And max supply ends at 70 million there with I shouldn't say max supply, but the total supply at that point, which no more halvings after that, will be 70 million with 1 million supply drip every year. So I'm really bullish because of the tokenomics for this bull run.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think Bell's going to do really well, especially same creators Doge. It just has all the it factors.
It has a lot of mimetic, characteristics as well. Okay, so let's get into a little bit more riskier, but more, I would say, more fun, right? So these are the direct on-chain Bitcoin layer 1 assets that can be definitely more riskier, but also can be a lot more opportunistic in terms of X's. So I want to start with the runes here. I have Dog, Go to the Moon, and we're going to get into that one because I know how you feel about that one. BTC, which is $1 billion cat. We have Pups, and we have Gizmo, which are playing the top 4 pretty much right now. We can throw Memento Mori in there just because, it has the notoriety of being Casey's token that he launched. But so let's start with Dog. Dog, with you kind of had some issue with me putting this in there, but I believe it being kind of the leader of runes originally and having the largest market cap for the longest time, I feel like it belongs in here because of that. And it has a large community with almost 100,000 holders. What's your counter argument to that?
Yeah, so calling something a leverage play, it means it needs to go up with it, right? If you look on the 7-day, Dog's down 17%, right? On the 7-day of Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin's still up 15% even with the pullback, right? On the 7-day. Pups, you can see that 49%, but that's kind of my point. These feel like these are leverage plays with Bitcoin. Dog just feels like it's kind of getting left behind here. And I think that changes eventually, but right now I can't call a Dog a leverage play on Bitcoin because it's going the opposite way. The same as FB.
So if Dog were to lose steam completely, right? Let's say it gets down to like $150 million market cap while other runes are kind of running. Well, I'll ask you. I'll reframe this question. Do you feel like runes has let go of the guiding leash that Dog had on it? Like, is if Dog doesn't succeed, can runes, these Pups and $1 billion cats still be very successful?
Yeah, 100%. But having Dog as number 1 will do better for runes. I think runes needs Dog to be successful, but because the Pups community and stuff like that, we kind of know how they are a little bit, right? They're kind of this wild culture cult. I mean, that's like the one area I would say that's almost a cult. Nothing else in runes is a cult. Nothing else. Dog and Pups might be like one crazy person jumping off a roof for the Dog price to go up, away from it doing well. But
don't do that, by the way.
No, don't do that. But I'm just saying it's not going to work. Yeah, your price is not going to go up even after you hit the ground. But I'm just saying that So I'm just going by data. That's it. The data right now is telling me that Dog is not a leveraged Bitcoin play.
Okay. I think that it does catch up, but I agree with you. The data, and I'm a data person, as you know. Analytics is kind of my world, and it doesn't look like it is, but I just can't, discount the fact of how powerful it was when runes first kind of got going, right? So, but yeah. I agree with you. I think it's definitely doesn't look very like a leverage play, and if it continues down this road, I would probably take it out eventually. All right. Let's talk about $1 billion cat, because $1 billion cat, there's some haters out there that say, it's just glasses, all that. I actually think it's a brand. Out of all of the Bitcoin layer 1 assets, it has the strongest brand appeal because of the Bitcoin B. Yes, the glasses, the shirts, all of the hats, all that stuff is cool, but also the community is more like spread out in terms of they're not just like one little group that talks all the time, right? Yeah. So that's why I'm bullish on it. What about you?
Yeah, this is 100% leverage play. $1 billion cat seems to be, it runs with Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes up 10%, it goes up 20%. Bitcoin goes down 5%, it drops 10%. Right? So it's just like it's full on leverage play for Bitcoin. It completely is. This is another one I'll completely agree with. This goes in with Merlin, in with Stacks, and $1 billion cat. They're my top 3 leverage plays for Bitcoin right now. Right, and everything can change next week. But looking at the data, it feels like $1 billion cat is, a top 3 leverage play.
It feels weird to say that a meme token is a leverage play, but if you look at
memes are leverage plays.
Yeah,
though.
I know.
Those is a leverage play on Bitcoin.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying they're not. It just says I said it feels weird because when you think about like leverage, you want to think safe, and meme sounds everything but safe.
The word leverage is the opposite of safe.
Well, to use it because you think which way it's going, right? Like, you know which way it's going is my point. You know, with memes, a lot of times they can be extremely volatile, but the established ones, I agree completely. They are, you know, like Sheeb is obviously 100% leverage play on Ethereum, right? Like, and so, but anyways, everybody knows how I feel about BTC. I think that's going to be the strongest one brand wise in the long run. It might not be the highest market cap, but it will be a high market. I do think it gets to its goal of $1 billion cat, but brandability is the strongest. All right, let's talk about pups next. How do you feel about long-term pups?
Yeah, I mean, the pups ordinal is running, the pups rune is running, Gizmo is running, everything in the pup ecosystem is running, and that's undeniable. Pups is 100% a leverage play on Bitcoin. It is, you know, just like Billion Cat. I feel like these two seem to be the real leverage plays. If you got into any of these 7 days ago, you're up 50%, while Bitcoin's up, you know, like 30%, right? 10, 15%. So yeah, 100%. I would consider all three of these, Gizmo, Doing Their Cat, and World Pups World Peace, all pretty high leverage plays on Bitcoin.
Yeah, the 123% that's pretty crazy, but it obviously had a smaller market cap, you know, so I mean, easier to jump up that high.
30 million, yeah. So
the one thing I pay a lot of attention to is the holder count, except for the ones that got massive airdrops like Dog. You know, that's not really fair in terms of the holder growth, and I don't even know if it's growing or not because I don't pay attention to it because it's so big. But $1 billion cat's holder count definitely grows, and to me, that's a bullish sign. I think pups grows, but it grows slower, much slower than $1 billion cat. Like, you know, this was 2,000 less, and pups was like, I want to say 400 less 2 weeks ago. So Gizmo's one to kind of watch out for. You know, you mentioned Gizmo because it's obviously in the top here. It looks like it's a leverage play as well, but I'm a little bit worried because a lot of these people that are holding are the same ones that are holding this pups. Do you think it can do its own thing now, or is it going to rely on pups?
The guys in this are like BitGod, right? It's that kind of community of people are in Gizmo, and I feel like they're pumping dumpers, right? They're big time pumping dumpers. So I feel like this is it's probably gonna get dumped real soon, and I think, you know, you're gonna see, you know, as it goes up, they're gonna be taking profit. So I think longevity wise, I don't think this is going to do as well as pups. You know, like when pups gets to like 80, like, let's just say 800 million, let's say this might still be hanging out under 100 million because of the dumpers.
Which one?
Gizmo.
Yeah, and I mean, when things are good, those guys, I'm not picking one out, I'm just talking about that type of mindset person. They make everything look amazing, but once, like, you know, they're good at what they do.
Out of it,
you know, they're good at taking the liquidity out. And so that will hit you hard. So just, you know, just like any ecosystem, except for it takes a little bit more time over here because we don't have the instant swaps, right? So you know, just be careful, guys, when you get into certain coins. But I mean, Gizmo has shown strength. You know, we have it in our road to 100K portfolio, so we're sticking with it for now. And the last one in this group is Memento Mori, which is down 5.27% on the 7-day. Is it doing what I expected it to do? And do you think long term it continues like this?
So this is a newer coin, right? So it's hard. There's not enough data to say it kind of follows Bitcoin in a way. So I would like to give this more time before I give it a conclusion. But right now, I would say it's not.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like it will probably end up doing decent. I don't think it will ever like go to zero or like truly bomb because, you know, Casey is behind it. But I don't think it's going to be a top 3 token. So we shall see. All right. All right. The last thing we got to go over before we do our News Tuesday segment, you know, for now is the Foxy segment. But the ordinals, I want to hit on the ordinals real quick. Okay. So did you have something that you wanted to touch on?
No. We're good.
Okay. So the ordinals, puppets, node monks, quantum cats, ninjas, and frogs. Those just automatically came to my mind. Tell me what I'm missing.
I don't think frogs. I mean, they're up a lot yesterday, but is this like a top 5? What is
no, it's the leveraged ordinals. Like what do you feel like is gonna, you know, do well?
Well, I mean, frogs Bitcoin are actually showing that, you know, Bitcoin, it is up today. Dude, the entire ordinal, like besides runestones and quantum cats, I mean, everything else
I thought runestones were up because
I saw down on the 7 day. So I'm always on the 7 day. So 7 to me, 7 days is the only thing that really matters because like where were we last week? We weren't as bearish as we were today. So I think that's the ultimate call there. But let's just check out the daily then, because runestones, I mean, they're down on the daily. So yeah, I mean,
did they jump up at all, runestones? Because like I said, I saw
no.
a post from Mr. BRC saying that like
Mr. BRC, I mean, his posts are
his posts are what? Yuck.
They're not always true. They're not always true, is what I guess I'm trying to say.
I mean, I consider him an intelligent person. He's pretty.
No, he's really intelligent. He can't make a meeting for his life, but he's very
is true.
Person.
Like that is very true. You can't deny that, Mr. BRC. You don't show up to the meetings. But anyways, other than that, yeah. So I mentioned pups. Let's talk about Pizza Ninjas real quick. Where are they at?
We have to go back a little bit. So I'm on volume. So I mean they're a small collection, right? But they're down on a 7-day.
So they're
actually falling below 0.1 now.
That's interesting. Or they're right at 0.1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would say probably them not. But the puppets, no monks.
Yeah, they're a little below.
Definitely
99999.
Puppets and no monks definitely are the 1-2 punch right now, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And they have been.
I feel like puppets is the #1 leverage play right now. I feel like if you would have,
that's so crazy to me. Like people just threw out the whole narrative of early inscriptions and all the layers of value. I hate that. I hate that because like I'm a collectible type of person, right? And I think it comes back for sure, but I think it comes back once people aren't worried about money. It's like, you know what I mean? And that right now, people, all they care about is I got to make my first money because I haven't made money in forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially if they've been hanging out in the Bitcoin. Now, if you've been hanging out with us, that's a little different story for the past year, almost 2 years, because we've had run-ups in our ecosystem. But the overall crypto space definitely is like dry for powder and money, I feel like.
Yeah. But one thing about puppets, though, it has two factors. It has that South Park feel. Right. I think most people in ordinals grew up with South Park, in the age of like 1996 to like 2009. Right. So I think, it just has that South Park feel. And it and like no monkeys and stuff. It doesn't have a cult like it does. So I do not like using the word cult. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But there is.
Is it because you were in a cult at one point? Is that why you hate it?
No, it's just because it's overused and it's not true. Like Billion Dollar Cat is not a cult. There's nothing about that. I don't see anything that would say, if you look up the definition of cult, that does not fall into it. If you look up like XRP, 100%, those guys would kill themselves for the price go up. They're crazy, right? So they're actually stupid. But so like you got to be pretty dumb, and I don't see that and that's kind of a good thing. Not being a cult is a good thing. Like I don't want to enter a cult. I like to get into a community that's cool, but I don't want to like go.
Typically, like you're right. Like if you think about it, like cult token communities, a lot of the tokens aren't doing like super great, right? Like the XRP people are very, very. There's still a good percentage, I would assume, that think that token's going to $10,000 because of the way Swift works. You know what I mean? Look, I'm not gonna lie. I fell into that a little bit in the beginning because it made sense at first, right? Like when you thought about it, but after a while, you're like, this ain't going to $10,000. No, you know what I mean? And so, but in the token really I felt like it's held on to a lot of their community members like a ball and chain. You know what I mean? And they can't get away from it. But go ahead. Go. Bitcoin's a cult, though.
Yeah, Bitcoin's a cult.
Good cult.
XRP's a cult. Hex is a cult. You know what I mean? Like when I say cult, I mean the coin can go down 100%, and these dudes are still out here showing it, right? So but if let's just say if I don't know, no monkeys went down, no one's they're gonna let it die. Frogs, for instance, they let it die, right? They're just like, oh yeah, frogs was cool at a time, and I feel like that separates a good community from a cult-like community.
I'm still convinced that the whole entire frogs are gonna like go nuts later.
It just doesn't, but like, yeah, I mean, it could. It just doesn't have a community whatsoever. But like I don't notice it if so. And then Frog Toshi doesn't do anything. Like he doesn't.
I mean, that's how you want an NFT collection to be. You want it to be like CryptoPunks. You want it to be like CryptoPunks.
I want someone like Adam McBride out there, like going on podcasts and talking about it, and you know what I mean. That's what I want.
Well,
in
I mean, if you look at two different NFTs that were early ones from last cycle, you look at CryptoPunks, which was pretty much like they washed their hands with it, like it was decentralized. There wasn't a centralized leader that was going on.
I wouldn't say that. No,
who was the leader?
No.
Who was the leader?
There was a bunch of
definitely not like Bored Ape. Definitely not like Bored.
It was
Yuga
like the founders
was a complete corporation that would
but
throw
they were like
huge
the founders
parties
of Ethereum. Like the guy who from MetaMask, he would shield them. Like they had a group of like
naturally,
really
organically though. My point that I'm making is
they were just trying to push Ethereum.
One was a company, and then one was like a decentralized NFT collection that they were just like, if this does amazing, it does amazing. Bored Apes was like, okay, this is catching at the perfect time. Let's make this. Let's put money into it. Let's market it. Let's blah 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 blah. And at the end of the day, I would way rather have had a CryptoPunk than a Bored Ape, because they were higher and they're still higher throughout the whole time. In the bear market, bull market didn't matter.
Yeah, but I don't know. I honestly would rather have a Bored Ape because I think the community's better. You know what I mean?
So then, like you typically say that you're about like what's making money and stuff like that. If you go down to the brass, bare bones.
I think Bored Apes make more money. I mean, than CryptoPunks. CryptoPunks.
The floor of CryptoPunks is way higher.
Yeah, but I'm saying you can make more X's. I think with the Bored Ape.
I don't think so, because
I wouldn't buy either though, honestly. But that's
not right now. But like back then, if you could choose, obviously you're gonna choose the punk unless you don't have common sense, because it was a lot higher floor. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It's different here though, because you had the puppets are just.
I think we're just at a different time. I think we're at a different time. Because if you think about it, CryptoPunks didn't really take off until after, it was worth crap, nothing. It wasn't worth anything for a long time, and then the NFT bull market came, and then it like jumped up, and then it held its value. So we'll see. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe Frogs does not as intense, but we'll see.
Yeah, and like Ordinal Maxibase seems more of a like that punk community than Node Monkeys do. Node Monkeys just seem to be like, it was obviously Raktoshi came out with it, and
Node Monkeys
it came out a year later. Yeah, but I'm just saying Ordinal Maxibase is more like punks than Node Monkeys is.
Yeah, but I was talking about Frogs, but
Frogs. No one gives a shit.
Yeah, I was talking about Frogs. Yeah, because it's like Frogs didn't really, and that's one thing that Frogtoshi said that he wanted it to be like. He wanted to wash his hands with it and be like a decentralized community, and that's what CryptoPunks was. But we'll see. ZK Shark is obviously, or Zark, whatever the hell his name is. He's kind of a centralized force for OMB, but I think a lot of them pump regardless. Even like you have your corporate ones like Pizza Ninjas, Quantum Cats, and stuff like that. Those are going to pump hard too, So,
but I want a founder of my collection. I want someone like Udi, someone like ZK, someone like Trevor. Like even with the coin Bells, I'm bullish on Bells because it has Adam McBride. Like I don't like like I said it before with OXBT when it went decentralized, or with decentralized when it went decentralized. It's done to me. It's dead.
I mean,
when you decentralize something,
Bitcoin
it goes
that's
zero.
That's exactly what happened with Bitcoin though.
Yeah, but Bitcoin's different. Like it's Bitcoin. No, but seriously,
when
Bitcoin
you can't think of any more
decentralization
debate points,
but I'm just
saying. But
why would I have a no monkey when I can just have Bitcoin then? Or why would I have a frog when I can just have Bitcoin then?
Because I mean? Bitcoin's too expensive right now. You can have more X's on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I personally do not like the frogs one bit. But like I just don't see it.
Do you like the punks?
I mean, nice
CryptoPunks.
Not really. No, I don't.
Exactly.
I hate the punks. I hate
not
the
everything we love is gonna like jump up.
But I love
stuff.
the puppets. I love like I think the puppets are amazing, and I don't even know a puppet.
I think that's just like normal life, dude. Though, like some things you love, that's gonna do good, and some things that you don't love and hate is gonna do amazing.
The puppets are just pretty obvious. Puppets are pretty obvious to be a #1 collection, in my opinion.
I mean,
it has all the factors. Farmer Joe.
Yeah, I thought it would not get to #1, to be honest. I thought it would be stuck at #2 forever, but it's proven me wrong. It's #1 right now. I in terms of the power that the community has and stuff like that, I've always known that, just because our trip in New York, whenever we saw how at first I was like, oh, they're just acting crazy online, but like they are pretty nuts for the most part, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, you got Farmer Joe, you have Anna, you have Decentralized, you have,
and they all have different opinions about different things, which I like. So
100%.
All right.
What are some low cap ones, real quick? Like Nat Cats, do you think could be?
I think Nat
they're
Cats. I think Nat Cats does well. The Royals, Royals is going to be kind of hit or miss, but Nat Cats will do well. That will be the DMT project that leads that ecosystem. Debauchery. Yeah, I think Debauchery does well.
I love those guys. Yeah,
because they have a lot of I would say ordfluencers and stuff like that in their community, in their Discord, and you have to have 5 to get in, so that's going to do well. Billy Cats, of course, like we're bullish on that. Both of us are, because it goes
47% yesterday.
Yeah, it kind of it's a leverage play on the $1 billion cat rune. It does well whenever $1 billion cat rune does well, so that's one.
BTC machines.
Machines are interesting. I think they could do okay just because they've been around forever, so they have history. I think they do better like whenever the collector market comes back. I think because they'll look at like what are early inscriptions, and they'll be like, what deals can I get on early inscription ones? And they're pretty well priced, I think, for being an early inscription. And they have pretty good founders, I would say. They keep the community engaged and stuff. So
yeah, 100% agree.
Honey Badgers could be one too, but the problem with Honey Badgers, I own a Honey Badger right there.
Yeah,
I own the Honey Badgers, but I own one of the sub 100K ones because of my.
What are they going for?
I mean, that's the sub 100K. I don't know, honestly. 0.012. No. Block height. Is there a block height? Scroll down.
Special mine, headgear, eyes, body, bodyguard, artifacts. I think it might be attributes. No. Attributes.
Close the price. Close the price arrow. Go up to the price. You have over there at the top. Yeah, close that one. No. Go back to the filters. All right. Let's scroll down. I know
it used to be right here.
What does that second one say? Available?
Artifacts?
No.
Body, claws, eyes. Yeah, I don't see it. Special?
Maybe special. No,
misprint. Yeah, it's weird.
That's so weird.
Show all 10,000. Buy now. It's going to bother me now because I want to.
Yeah, I'm going to look at it. So, anyways, I have one, and the fact that they have so many that are out of that 100K bothers me. But I don't know. I guess people, like you said, people don't care about that right now. They're just floor fluctuates so much, and it's 0.0077. It's gotten all the way to like 0.014. But then every time it goes up, someone always in the community or something ends up flooring theirs, and it's annoying. So I mean, I just don't know what the future looks like for them, but I still have mine because I think the sub 100K ones are cool.
Alu's that's could be one as well.
Yeah, because they're gonna have a lot of applications for the pandas and stuff. You can utilize your own panda in videos, and it's gonna use AI and stuff like that. So I've been talking to MetaPanda about that.
Ink. Ink's pretty much dead.
Yeah, I'm not big on Ink. I feel like they ruined it. They kind of ruined their chances already. The Omen, though,
D-Gods, dude, haven't seen these in a long time.
I know. The Omens. So D-Gods might get pumped because of Frank, and they probably have liquidity saved for the bull market, I imagine. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, man. Bitmaps are up 13%, sitting at 0.00044. This got up to 5.2 this morning. I guess people are starting to dump them now, but up 13%. So.
Yep. Man, Bitmaps, that Bitmap token on Merlin chain, that could really help that in terms of the supply and 100%. Demand. We'll see what happens there.
I noticed I tried doing the arbitrage yesterday, but the Merlin bridge doesn't let you bridge Bitmaps right now.
So I know that they did pause the bridge for a while because they were just getting a bunch of, I don't want to call them this, but crybabies. Right. But I think there's a decent amount that are bridged over. I want to say like 30,000 or something. So if you have them bridged over, you're good. I don't know if they're going to open that, but we'll see. I imagine.
I hope so, because there's an arbitrage.
Well, if the Bitmap token ends up being pretty popular, because you have to imagine there's only 30,000 of those over there, and that becomes high in demand to trade the token, then the token's going to jump up, and people are going to be begging Jeff to open that bridge back up. So if that happens, people are going to want to arbitrage, and maybe he opens it up, maybe he doesn't. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to him about it. I'm see if he opens up, because I would love to play that arbitrage. I know a lot of people would, but I would definitely
I guarantee the
Definitely
arbitrage is going to build up. It's going to build up
Yeah.
because if you're not allowing bridging right now, it's going to build up.
Is there an opportunity to buy the maps on Unicross?
Yeah.
But are they higher over there?
I don't know. That's something you got to check. So you
Yeah.
can buy them on Unicross. You can buy them on Ordinal Hive. And then I think you can buy them on Element maybe. But yeah.
Yokai Avengers? 45%?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I love the team. You know, we've had them on our Saturday morning spaces when we used to do that every week.
Yeah.
And they've been here. They didn't leave. You got to hand it to them for that. And then also, I think they're integrating some sort of game with their Ordinal collection. So they're not going anywhere. I'll say that. The one anime style collection I think that's going to win out possibly is Omen, because their art is that much different, and I like it. I think it's cool. I actually think Omen art is really cool, and they've been smart, and they've been utilizing fluid tokens for the staking vaults, and earning their holders rewards for staking the Omen ordinals. Why wouldn't you do that? Like, why would you not do that? That's going to take supply off of the floor. It's going to take supply off of Magic Eden. It's a no-brainer. If you're an ordinal founder, utilize fluid staking vaults. It's stupid if you don't, and it helps your community. They're going to appreciate it, right? Especially if you have like kind of like a medium moving collection that moves sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. Allow them to stake. Let them earn some a rune or something like that.
100%.
But
yeah, man. I guess we'll just do Foxy last. Can we kind of get into the last thing here?
Yep.
That's cool. So BTC BetBTC giveaway will be tomorrow. They're gonna let us do it on our show here. So we're gonna do the wheel. So guys, make sure you guys first off, let me show my screen here. Make sure you guys first off go to betbtc.win. I did put my my referral code in there if you guys want it. I'll put it in there, but you don't have to use it. You guys can just go there without it, but I will put it in here for anyone who does want it. And then you guys can make sure you sign up. I want one of you guys to win. Guys, there's going to be an airdrop. There's going to be an airdrop. They basically said I'm allowed to say it. So just go here, sign up, sign up for an account, get an account. And so the trick is to get points. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but do a bunch of $1 bets. Because if you do, like, let me show you my my activity. And I don't know if I can tell you guys.
This is like the Nintendo cheat code.
I made 54 bets. So look, so 10 for every bet. But once you get to where is it? 50. So on my 40th bet, I made 50 points. On my I made my first deposit. I got 100 points. You just make a deposit. You get 100 free points for that. Just for my 30th bet, I made 50 points. So just do a bunch of small bets, and you guys can earn points. And you can see I am number 1 up here. So come top me. And look, I not like I'm going crazy. Like I put $400 in here, 116. Like you don't need to spend that. Just make a lot of bets. If your points is all about you signing in and stuff. So definitely do that. And if you want some free money, all you got to do is go to the suite, go to BetBTC, and just put your how you find that is just kind of go in, hit your username here, go down to settings, and then you can just take your user ID. That's what it says, user ID. Just take that and put that in the comments, and you're going to be put on the wheel for tomorrow. There's only 58 entries. You have a really good shot of winning. I mean, it's
what are they giving away for
8% chance. So you're giving away $20 in Bitcoin on the account. So you could use that to bet, or you can withdraw it right to your wallet and right out if you wanted to. But you can use that to bet and potentially turn that $20 into 100 or whatever you guys want to do.
And then that 100 into 1,000, into that 1,000 into 100,000, and
into $1 million. You $1 million. But definitely, guys, just put your wallet address in here. Like Yasher did. I want one of our community members to win this. Big Chief is in there. And then we have Trending X is in there. Come on, I Walk Alone is in there. Try and find. I want our community to win, guys. Webdro, that's my guy. He's in there. So every single one of you guys, just go open an account. Put your wallet address in here.
Showing up.
Yeah, 100%. And we're gonna spin the wheel, and I'm hoping one of you guys win. That would be awesome. And then they're gonna send that username will automatically get the $20 sent to their account, and you can bet right away because you'll get it instantly. It only takes like a second or two to receive it. So like I sent Maddie like $80 the other day, and it got to him like as soon as he's like, oh shit, I got it. And I was like, I sent that like a minute ago, or not even like a second ago. And so Yasher said he's under 100, under 20. Let's go find Yasher on the leaderboard. Let's find my guy.
He said 120. So yeah, page 2, 3. He's gonna
I
be on
Walk
page...
Alone's number
Oh, there.
11.
I think Gasher's number 12 now.
Number 12. Yeah, you're number 12. Yeah, you're beating the founder, Clueless. So good for you guys. I did see Chief Axel.
Oh, there he is.
Chief Axel, number 10. Congratulations to you, man. Tim Bake. Yeah, let's go, Tim Bake. My man.
Y'all are a bunch of degenerates. I love it. They're all
$340 for Tim Bake. Chief Axel Chief Axel's number 10, and he only put in like $10. Like, you know what I mean? So just go in there, do a bunch of tiny bets, get your points up, get in the leaderboard, because I think it's going to be important for when they do their rune airdrop. So just want to let you guys know. Just go there.
Airdrop,
Mats is in there. It's a rune. So Mats is in there, and you're going to be able to bridge it to ICP. So that's a big deal.
Yep. So this is just another airdrop hunt strategy as well, guys. So you know, it's going to be fun. It's going to be amazing. But all right, let's get on to the next bet of business here. Bet of business. Got the BetBTC on my mind.
Bet your business.
Yes, don't bet your business. All right, guys. So on Tuesdays, we're going to utilize it to kind of give you guys some updates for the Foxy, Bitverse, and Clan Wars first-person shooter game. But one of the most anticipated announcements is I'm going to show a video. There's not going to be any volume, but we've been wanting to share this with you guys for a very long time. I'm going to share my screen here and press play. So there's no volume. Actually, I need to turn the volume off for myself.
Was it just so loud?
Well, I just don't want to hear anything while I'm talking about it.
Yeah. Oh, the Satoshi silencer. There we go. Put your eye inside. Get ready to have the time of your life. Ooh, 3-shot him. So it's a 1-shot, right?
So that was 3 shots. So this is the white Satoshi silencer. It has 3 rounds. This is going to be the main mint. And then this is the teal
So
Satoshi
if you're
silencer 6,000.
Yeah, if you're an Ordinal Revolution member, you're going to get this airdropped for free. That's dope. As he's just knocking off dudes.
So this one has 6 rounds. That's why it's called the 6,000. Oh, there it is.
Foxy's game is dope. That's the teal one again.
Oh my god, dude, I was going crazy, bro. Like, I can't talk whenever I have stuff. Okay, so this is the teal one has 6 rounds. It's the 6,000, so you can't get that off the mint. It's gonna be the white one only. And then this is the orange one. This one's my favorite. Teal is Shizzy's favorite. The orange one you'll get if you are an Ordinal Revolution OG pass holder. You will get this one airdrop to you.
So if you're a pass holder and you have a YouTube membership, you're going to get both of them, and then you can get the white one off the mint if you guys want it. So
yep, and that one's going to be 9 rounds. So you know, you're going to be able to utilize these. Are going to be the only sniper rifles in the Clan Wars game, the first-person shooter game. So you have to have this BRC-20 in your wallet when you log in. So if you have a clan, looks like you're stuck with an Ordinal Revolution sniper if you want to win, at least, because this, I mean, snipers, you got to have a sniper, right? But yeah, so 3, 6, and 9. So we wanted to give back to our community, right? So what we did was we made those super exclusive ones, the teal for paid YouTube members. The way we're going to do that is we're going to make a members only video soon. I would say probably in December, though. For you guys to drop your addresses. So you can only drop your address in there if you are a paid member. We're going to give you guys some time. We're going to announce the time just like we did with the OG passes. And after that date, though, we're going to cut it off. So you guys got to be paying attention, right? And then we're going to airdrop all the paid members, the teal one. And then at another date, we're going to collect the addresses of the Ordinal Revolution OG pass holders, and we're going to airdrop the orange one. So these are going to be super exclusive because of that. Now let's go back real quick to the white sniper rifle, the Satoshi Silencer 3000. So why would you want to mint that? Well, you want to mint it, first of all, you have to have a sniper rifle. I mean, I think if you want to win in the game, right? So you can have a sniper rifle with the white one there. And then 2, what we're doing, guys, is we're going to put our you know, money where our mouth is, right? So from half of the proceeds of the mint cost, we're going to throw that Bitcoin, not some Maroon, not anything. We're going to throw half of the Bitcoin directly into a fluid staking vault on day one of, as soon as the mint's done, you guys are going to be able to stake those right away. So you'll be able to have a chance to win at least part
Earn.
earn at least part of your mint, if not all of your mint money cost back, right? So it's going to be a staking vault like this, and it's going to be for the sniper rifle. So we want to put our money where our mouth is. You know, we're going to do that right away because we think that these are heavily, have a lot of utility for founders. So we want to do that. You know, some of you guys that end up minting the white one, y'all are going to have a white, teal, and orange one.
Yeah.
Because y'all are members, paid members of the YouTube channel, and you have the Ordinal Revolution pass. So we want to do something cool that was a part of like a metaverse asset, and give back to the community, right? Because without you guys, we couldn't do this, and we want to say thank you by doing this.
Yeah, and the thing is too with the fluid staking vaults, right? So you're minimum going to get back half your money, but let's just say only 10% of the people who mint stake, you're going to get more than half your money. You're going to get more than.
Don't give them all the secrets yet. Don't give them all the secrets
I'm
yet.
just saying. Your minimum going to get half your money back for staking. That's as if every single one gets staked, right? But we know that's not going to happen. So you're going to probably make You're probably going to make money by staking.
And it's going to be Bitcoin, by the way. It's going to be Bitcoin. Yeah. And then another cool thing, too, it is going to be a BRC 420. So we've already talked to, people from the Merlin team as well. So this is going to be usable in bitmap.game and any ecosystem that supports BRC 420, which there's going to be many more. So just look out for the next announcements for this, guys. We're super hyped. We're super excited about this. We think it's going to do well for mint. We think it's going to do well on secondary because of the staking vaults as well. And you have to get one of these if you want to have a sniper rifle in the game. So
yeah, man. All right, so we have some questions from Yasher. If you want to take them real quick, I want to sign into my BitMiner.
Okay, I will in a second, but I want to go over a couple announcements. There's not too many. I think there was another announcement here. Okay, so for the block drop for the lightsaber that you can use in the Clan Wars as well, they are actually building out a platform for the block drop on their Foxy platform. So stay tuned for that. That shouldn't be too much longer. I would say probably next week. That's not finalized yet, but that's what the feeling that we're getting. So if you have a BitMiner, you'll be able to claim the Foxy lightsaber for the Clan Wars probably sometime next week. And I think that is it for Foxy updates.
All right. Yasher has some.
Yeah, let me get into that.
Said yep.
The graphics are amazing. I hope the game starts to be playable soon. Yes, it is. It definitely is going to be playable soon, guys. They just want to make sure that, all the bugs and stuff are done. And there's other communities, too, that have some pretty cool things, like I believe Bitmap Emporium with their avatars and stuff like that in the game. So if you're an Emporium community member, get excited with that as well. He also says, when do you think that the game going to be live for playing? I mean, the game, I would say probably 2-3 weeks to where, they get most of the bugs out. So just maybe think about that time frame. We're going to make it fun, guys, because what we're going to start to do is once it's live and playable, we have the sniper rifles as well. We're going to do live streams with our clan and stuff like that. So.
Amen. I want to showcase the
last question is when miners on bitmaps. So I'll get an update for you, I Walk Alone, on that. I know for a fact that that's coming. I just don't know when, because they have a lot of their next update is going to be next week, but I don't know if this is included in it. But if it's not next week, it's going to be on the next update for sure. But I'll get a confirmation on that.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to show my my BitMiner. So if you guys don't know, if you do have a Foxy BitMiner, you can go to here. It's miner.mybitverse.com/miner, and this will take you. So right now, I have 2 ultra mythics. I have 1 rare, and I am earning. So far, I've earned 7,183 B Foxy, 1,496 B Stone, and 2,200 B Steel, 3,700 Bit Timber. So I'll be able to use these assets to build on my bitmap, And then my Beat Foxy is 1-to-1 with the Foxy token. So I'm getting the Foxy airdrop as well. So this is awesome. And like I said, so I got 2 Ultra Mystics and a rare. And you might be saying, how can I get one? You go to mscribe, then you want to go to Nats. That'll take you to their getting fit. Go block on there. You can see Bitminer. And then you want to just come down and you guys can grab one of these empty blocks. These are so you want to grab an orange one, or you can just hit select random and they'll give random. So there's still quite a few left, a few thousand more. So you don't got to rush to it, but there is some ultra mythics in there still. There's some what's the super rare one? I think that's the
Cosmic.
So you have Cosmics and ultra rare still by going to mscribe and purchasing one of these here, but not financial advice, guys. Just something that I'm doing personally, and it's really cool.
Yep. And some people, I was thinking, people will probably strategize on which miners to get at which times, because the Cosmic just ran through its TAP and USDT Solana campaign, and the next one up is one of yours that you have, the Ultra Mythic, and I think you're going to be able to earn Doggo to the Moon. So people probably want that one. So I'm sure some secondary purchases will be made, but not financial advice as always, guys. And I think that's going to wrap it up for Foxy's updates for this week. Happy Homer says, when can we get the Foxy airdrop? So it's not going to be an airdrop. It's going to be a block drop. And I believe next week is when that's going to happen. They will be here next week for the Tuesday segment, though. And I just asked them questions in our group chat as well to get some updates for I Walk Alone for tomorrow's show as well. But I'm excited for what they have coming, and I'm excited about the sniper rifle. Are you excited about it?
Yeah, man, it looks phenomenal. You want to play that again real quick? If it's not that hard.
I closed it.
It's really cool.
I closed it, but we're gonna post it. We're gonna post it on our brand account today to kind of leak that out so you guys can. It's actually so much better with the volume, honestly, but it sucks whenever I have volume in my ears and then talking. But 357 of you guys hung out with us on a Tuesday. Bitcoin is still doing Bitcoin things at 87,800. So just hang tight. Don't worry, guys. It's not going down to like 50,000 or anything crazy like that. We have officially entered the bull run, the first true leg of the bull run. And if you have some extra time, if you would not mind checking out our partners, BetBTC.win is the predictions market for the Bitcoin ecosystem, guys. They utilize ICP and Bitcoin technology to allow you guys to make fast and swift bets on their platform. Look for the Bitcoin ecosystem bets. I think those are really fun and interesting. Like, will Dog go to the moon, be listed on a tier 1 centralized exchange by end of this year? I think a lot of people saying no on that, but I'm not sure. So if you bet a small amount on yes, you're going to get a huge payout. But right now they have the campaign going on the Twitter picker for 5 people to win $20 of free credit, Bitcoin credit, guys. So make sure you participate in that. Shizzy will drop the link in the notes. Also, bitperp.io is the leverage and perpetual DEX trading platform for the Bitcoin ecosystem. Right now, they have their paper trading competition going on. All you got to do is go to bitperp.io, connect your MetaMask, and then allow them to add the RPCs for the testnet for B Squared, BitLayer, and CoreDAO. And each one you can claim 10,000 paper USDT to join the paper trading competition. It's actually going to be about 3 more weeks. After that, they're going to tally up who has the highest P&L, and whoever that is going to receive 100,000 BTP tokens, which is valued around 6 to 10K, I believe, USD. Don't quote me on that because that's kind of an estimate, but that's still a big prize regardless. And it's fun. You get to kind of practice trading paper leverage and get ready for this bull run. And then Ordinal Hive is an aggregator marketplace for ordinals. So you're going to be able to find the cheapest ordinals around. They grab all the ordinals from all the marketplaces in Bitcoin Layer 1 and Layer 2 Merlin chain. So just go there, check it out. You can be able to find the cheapest prices there. And you can list, buy, and sell to earn points. They're going to be like Blur, to where you can turn those points into future rewards, which will most likely be similar to Blur. So you know what that is, then so check them out, and you can go to beta.ordinalhive.io. If you can't access it with your wallet, reach out to them via X or their Discord. Just give them your address to get whitelisted. They'll add you right away. And then Foxy, we just talked about them. They are building in the TAP ecosystem. They're building the TAP metaverse, which is called the Bitverse, and also the Clan Wars, which is a first-person shooter game. You can have your own clan. There's going to be competition. They're going to utilize predictions markets for people to place bets against each other as well. It's going to be really, really fun. We have the Satoshi Silencer that's going to be coming out to 3,000, 6,000, and 9,000 very soon. We'll give you guys more details on that. Also, if you have a bit miner, make sure which one you have, because if you have the Ultra Mythic, that is the next one up for the campaign. You're going to be able to earn Doggo to the Moon. And so make sure you're keeping up to date with them, guys. And next Tuesday, they will be on with us. And then we have Fluid Tokens as well, which is they're wizards with UTXO building. They came from Cardano once they heard that people were building on Bitcoin, and they have been building, guys. They built the first ever stakeable platform on Bitcoin Layer 1. So if you're a founder of an Ordinal collection or runes, and then you want your members to benefit by staking their Ordinal or rune, you can do so by reaching out to Raul, the CTO of Fluid Tokens. They'll set you up with a staking vault and get you connected and set up for your community, guys. They also have a runes dex swap. So if you don't want to split up your runes, they'll split it up for you. You can go there and swap runes today. And then Merlin Chain, guys, the #1 scaling solution for Bitcoin native L1 assets and protocols. If you're a builder on Bitcoin Layer 1, you want to scale to Layer 2, more flexibility for your users, faster swaps, that kind of thing, cheaper transactions. By the way, they just added Merlin token to be an option for gas there. So I think it's 0.01 Merlin or something, 0.1 Merlin per transaction, super cheap right now. So if you are a builder and you want to apply for a grant, I suggest do so if you're serious about it, because people are earning grants over there. We have Emblem Vault and Ordinal Hive that earn grants, and they have amazing builder support. So check them out, reach out to the Merlin Chain team. And if you're a user and you want to trade Bitcoin Layer 1 assets, check out Merlin Swap, as they have very fast swaps there. You can swap Doggo to the Moon and some other runes as well. And we appreciate each and every one of you 368 people that are paying attention to us, even though we're blabbing all day.
Yeah, man. And with real quick with Merlin as well, guys, they're launching 12. If you missed yesterday's show, 12 Telegram apps this month.
They aren't.
Highly
the builders are. Yeah.
Well, their chain is launching 12 apps. So look out for that. And guys, using those apps early could really set you guys up for success. So definitely keep an eye out on Merlin's updates. Look out for everything that they repost when they repost it from the builders and stuff like that. So definitely have the notifications on for Merlin. And just because those Telegram apps are probably going to get hundreds of thousands of people on them, and you definitely want to be first, because that's when you usually earn the most. So do cool things with the Merlin Telegram bots. Should be fun. But guys, if you guys wouldn't mind checking out ordinalrevolution.com, with some of the best articles dating all the way back to last year. If you know someone just entering the space, send them our website. We really feel like it can help them get started and get caught up to exactly where we are today. If you guys need a VPN, I would not be traveling this metaverse that we're in online without a VPN, because then people can know your IP address and then eventually get your real address. So definitely be using a VPN. I like Nord. I like to use Switzerland. It's my favorite. It seems to be the fastest because that's where their headquarters is at. So definitely check out NordVPN here. If you guys need tickets to Bitcoin 2025 Las Vegas, use our link. The prices, you get a discount, but the prices go up every single Friday leading up until the event. Do not wait till next year to buy your tickets. Get them this year. We will both be there. You're going to be rich by then anyway. Just buy the tickets now. So it's going to be great. And if you go to the store, we have some of the best merch in all of Bitcoin Ordinals. If you want something added to the merch stores, let us know. This is all done through a third party. We do not see your address. We do not see your name. It's all done through them. We just supply the amazing logos and stuff like that. But we can add anything for you. If you want us to add, your Ordinal, just reach out to us. We can add it. So just let us know. And really appreciate you guys. We're live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 4 p.m. UTC. We're grinding, guys. We're grinding. 373 people in here. Really appreciate every single one of you guys. And until tomorrow.
Peace.
We OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to upload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro.
Run stuff.
Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.